love the Eagles as much as we do, then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama updates and hype all season long. In Philadelphia, the atmosphere is charged not with celebration, but with an almost primal hunger that goes beyond last year's championship triumph. This city, steeped in passion for its team, does not bask in past glory for long. Instead, it stokes the fire for what's next. The Eagles are not content to rest on their laurels. They far from it. The air hums with determination, with the relentless pulse of a team that knows that winning one Super Bowl is just the beginning of a much larger journey. At the heart of this mindset is Lane Johnson, the stalwart tackle who has anchored the offensive line through thick and thin, and who recently delivered a message that sums up the Eagles' collective psyche. Johnson's words cut through any illusions of complacency like a sharp blade. Speaking in a recent sit-down, he didn't mince words. The team is not defending anything. They are hunting. That is, they are the predators on the field, constantly on the move, focused on the next kill, the next victory. You put the ring up and you don't ever put it on again, Johnson said, capturing the essence of the Eagles' approach. The championship. Ring is a trophy for the past, a symbol of what they achieved, but it's not a badge to wear every day. The season ahead, he reminded, arrives too fast, too relentless to be distracted by yesterday's triumphs. This isn't just talk. Lane Johnson's attitude mirrors the spirit that Jalen Hurts has been projecting since the moment the confetti settled. Hurts, the Super Bowl MVP, has made it clear that the past is behind him. He hasn't even put on his championship ring signaling. A mindset that's all about the blank slate ahead, the next opportunity to prove themselves. The quarterback's focus is razor sharp on the coming battles, on the weeks and months that will define their legacy. It's a mentality that permeates the entire roster. Teammates like Jordan Mailata reject the label of defending champions, insisting instead that the team must prove it all over again. This echoes the voice of the head coach, Nick Sirianni, who preaches a day-by-day grind, a focus on the present moment without letting the shadows of past success cloud the path forward. Lane Johnson, more than anyone, understands the foundation of his team's success. He was a critical piece of the offensive line that cleared the way for Saquon Barkley's historic 2,000-yard rushing season, a record that echoed across the NFL and sent shockwaves through the league. Johnson's blocking paved the way for Barkley's dominance, embodying the Eagles' identity as a team built from the trenches up. It's a collective effort, one where individual accolades, no matter how prestigious, take a back seat to the shared mission. Johnson himself was recently inducted into the exclusive Madden 99 club, a nod to his exceptional skill and impact. Yet even that honor is secondary to the real prize, the Lombardi Trophy, that the Eagles are hungry to claim once more. This is a team with a clear, interconnected heartbeat. Johnson protects Barkley, runs Hurts leads, and all three know that their roles are pieces of a larger puzzle. The work doesn't stop. The hunger doesn't fade. You can almost hear the edge rusher, Nolan Smith, from the sidelines shouting, "Hunt, don't stroll," embodying the relentless attitude that drives this group. Every practice, every rep, every moment is another step towards February, towards that ultimate goal that never really rests. Off the field, Coach Nick Sirianni has emphasized the dangers of looking too far back or too far ahead. In the NFL, he says, every season resets to zero. Past accomplishments cannot carry a team through the brutal grind of 16 games and beyond. Teams can easily fall into the trap of resting on their past achievements or getting distracted by future possibilities. But Sirianni's philosophy is simple. The only thing that matters is the work being done today. That focus on the present is what prepares the Eagles for each challenge, whether coming off a less than stellar season or a championship run. His message hasn't changed. There are no shortcuts, no magic formulas, just daily commitment, effort, and relentless preparation. Meanwhile, the division rivals, the Dallas Cowboys, have struggled to find stability. Training camp chaos, including physical altercations and vocal frustrations from their new head coach Brian Schottenheimer, has painted a picture of turmoil. While this might seem like a silver lining for the Eagles, it also means the Cowboys are actively trying to reset their culture to demand more discipline and focus from their roster. That kind of turnaround can be dangerous because it means that when the games start, Dallas could be a much tougher opponent than anyone expects. The season opener between the Eagles and Cowboys will serve as an early indicator of who has truly evolved and who remains stuck in old patterns. Philadelphia's approach couldn't be more clear. The Eagles aren't chasing past glory. They're hungry for future greatness. Every snap, every block, every touchdown run is a piece of the puzzle they're building to create a lasting legacy. The city's heartbeat matches their own intense unyielding and always pushing forward. Rest is for those who have no more to prove, and the Eagles still have everything to win. The chase continues fierce and unrelenting from the first whistle to the last play. The fire burning inside this Eagles team is not an accident. It's been forged through years of disappointment, flashes of brilliance, and the understanding that greatness in the NFL doesn't come from talent alone. It comes from discipline, from culture, from that stubborn refusal to give less than 100% when no one is watching. And in Philadelphia, that work is happening every single day, on the practice field, in the weight room, in the film. Sessions that go long into the evening. Nick Sirianni has built a foundation that doesn't just celebrate effort, it demands it. That's why when he speaks about focus and presence, players listen. Because they know he's not selling slogans. He's showing them how to win the right way. For Sirianni, the danger after a Super Bowl win isn't the outside noise. It's the temptation to believe that the past will somehow carry you forward. That what you did last year is a ticket to relevance this year. But football isn't sentimental. It doesn't care about last February. Every season opens with the same brutal clarity, 0 wins, 0 losses, and no guarantees. Sirianni has said it again and again. If you're not locked into this moment, this snap, this drill, then you're already falling behind. The league is too fast, too ruthless, and too filled with other teams that are just as hungry. And so in Philly, the focus is sharpened to a razor's edge. There's something uniquely powerful about a team that understands its own mortality. The Eagles know how hard it was to get to the top, and they know how quickly that spotlight can vanish. So there's no complacency, no cruising. Whether they're coming off a 14-win campaign or a wild card exit, the energy doesn't change. Sirianni doesn't let it. His coaching style is intense but not chaotic. He's calculated, not theatrical, and that's why the locker room buys in. From the superstars to the undrafted rookies, everyone is held to the same standard. Show up. Do the work. Forget yesterday. You don't get to carry over points from last season. Every play is earned in real time. That mentality bleeds into everything, from the way Jalen Hurts leads to how Lane Johnson prepares to the edge that defines the entire defense. And it's no accident that players like Hurts have embraced this fully. Hurts isn't a man of excess. He doesn't chase headlines. He's measured, driven, and almost unnervingly calm. When he says he hasn't worn his Super Bowl ring, he means it. Not out of indifference, but because his mind is already on the next one. He doesn't see himself as the reigning MVP. He sees himself as a quarterback who still has more to prove. That attitude sets the tone for the entire organization. When your leader refuses to relax, when your captain insists on sharpening his craft, even after conquering the league, it creates a ripple effect. Players like Saquon Barkley, who joined this roster with their own high expectations, have quickly realized that this isn't just another franchise. This is a team with purpose. Barkley, coming off a season for the ages, has every reason to celebrate. But even he has slipped seamlessly into the Eagles' grind-first culture. The chain he gifted, Lane Johnson, the one representing his entrance into the Madden 99 club, was a token of respect, not a symbol of complacency. Because everyone in that building knows Madden ratings accolades and individual milestones are cool, but none of them replace the feeling of winning a championship together. And even that victory fades fast if you don't keep earning it. Philadelphia's identity has always been rooted in resilience. This is a city that doesn't do soft. It demands grit, and the team reflects that. The fans aren't interested in flash for the sake of flash. They care about heart, about fight. And the Eagles have delivered that in spades. But what makes this team special now in this moment is that they're not leaning on emotion alone. They are combining passion with precision, aggression with accountability. It's one thing to want it. It's another to build the habits that get you there. And every day this offseason, they've been doing exactly that. It's the small details that reveal the mindset, the way practices are structured, the way veterans mentor the younger guys without being asked, the way nobody cuts corners, not in film, not in meetings, not on the field. This is what separates the contenders from the hopefuls. And the Eagles know that if they want to make history, if they want to establish a true dynasty in this modern NFL landscape, they can't just show up. They have to dominate. Not just in primetime games, but on Tuesdays in the weight room and Thursdays in the playbook, on every walkthrough and every rep. You hear it in how players speak to the media. There's no chest pounding, no parade talk. Just process, just hunger. Jordan Mailata, a mountain of a man and one of the most dynamic offensive linemen in the game, rejected the idea that they're defending anything at all. He echoed what Johnson and Hurts have made clear: you don't get to hold the throne unless you earn it every week. That's why when Sirianni says be where your feet are, it's not just a catchy line, it's a philosophy. Because in this league, the second you start thinking ahead, you're already behind. And while the spotlight might shine brighter now, with expectations through the roof and national coverage dialing in, the Eagles are doing everything possible to insulate themselves from the noise. They know distractions are everywhere: social, media, press obligations, the natural high of being champs. But inside the building, the culture holds. The message never changes. Earn everything. Take nothing for granted. Play like you're down 10 even when you're up 20. That's the edge that took them to the mountaintop, and it's the only way they'll get back. Their opening game against the Dallas Cowboys already carries weight, not just because it's a division rivalry, but because it's the perfect test of all this discipline and focus. Dallas has its own chaos to sort through, a new coach trying to shift the culture, a roster trying to find balance, but none of that matters to Philly. The Eagles aren't watching other teams. They're looking in the mirror every day asking themselves if they're good enough, not based on headlines, but based on tape. That's where truth lives. That's where championships are built. And it's that internal standard, not the one set by analysts or fan expectations, that drives them. It's why guys like Lane Johnson shrug off personal accolades. Why Jalen Hurts doesn't care about MVP chants. Why Saquon Barkley, even after a 2,000-yard season, still trains like an undrafted free agent. Because in Philadelphia, the only thing that matters is the next win. Not the ring that's sitting in a box, not the banner that's hanging in the stadium, but the next snap, the next drive, the next battle. This is not just a football team. It's a mindset, a culture, a living example of what it means to never be satisfied. And as they push forward into this new season, there's a quiet intensity surrounding them. You won't hear them talking about back-to-back titles. You'll hear them talking about today's practice, about perfecting the snap count, about cleaning up Mr. Simons. Because that's what winners do, not just once, over and over, until it becomes who they are. The Eagles aren't trying to repeat history. They're trying to write a new one that's even tougher, even more impressive than the last. One where they don't just win, but dominate. Where the standard isn't what they achieved, it's what they're still chasing. And with each passing day, that fire grows. No banners can contain it. No rings can satisfy it. Because for this team, the hunt never ends. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers have begun circulating within the Philadelphia Eagles camp, igniting a storm of speculation and concern among fans, analysts, and insiders alike. Recently, Nick Sirianni, the head coach of the Eagles, dropped a bombshell statement that has sent shockwaves through the NFL community. Sirianni hinted that there might be a player contaminating the team environment, a phrase loaded with implications. That could range from locker room discord to off-field behavior undermining team cohesion. This enigmatic comment has left many wondering who could be the source of such disruption and how deep the issue runs within one of the league's most promising rosters. Considering the Eagles' recent performances and the high expectations placed on them this season, any suggestion of internal conflict could spell trouble for the franchise's aspirations. Fans are eager to decode Sirianni's cryptic remark, searching for clues in recent games, training sessions, or even social media behavior of the players. Rumors of a divide have swirled for some time, but with the coach's acknowledgement, these whispers now gain a certain gravity, potentially foreshadowing significant changes or disciplinary actions. This situation, shrouded in mystery, has sparked a fervent debate about leadership, team culture, and the pressures facing athletes in a highly competitive league. As the Eagles prepare for upcoming challenges, the tension surrounding this revelation threatens to overshadow their on-field ambitions, making every game and practice a focal point for observers looking to unravel the truth behind Sirianni's striking words. The timing of Nick Sirianni's statement has only intensified the speculation around the Eagles' internal dynamics as the team is navigating a critical phase of the season where unity and focus are paramount. The coach's allusion to a contaminating influence within the squad raises questions about the nature of this alleged disruption. Is it related to attitude problems, disagreements with coaching strategies, or something more serious like breaches of team rules or personal conduct issues? The vagueness of the phrase contaminating the team leaves the door open to numerous interpretations, fueling rampant conjecture among sports journalists and fans desperate for insight. Some insiders speculate that the issue could stem from a key player whose off-field actions or on-field demeanor have begun to erode trust and morale. Others suggest the possibility of a newcomer struggling to integrate or a veteran whose leadership style has become divisive. Whatever the case, the consequences of such a contamination could be profound, potentially undermining the Eagles' playoff hopes and long-term development. In a league where team chemistry often dictates success as much as talent, the ramifications of Sirianni's comment could extend beyond the locker room, influencing trades, roster decisions, and coaching adjustments. The Eagles' front office is likely monitoring the situation, closely weighing the balance between talent retention and preserving a healthy, focused environment essential for championship contention. This murmur of discord within the Eagles' ranks invites broader reflection on the challenges of maintaining harmony in a high-stakes professional sports setting. Teams like Philadelphia, filled with skilled athletes and intense media scrutiny, face constant pressures that can amplify minor conflicts into major crises. Nick Sirianni's indication of a contaminating presence within the team underscores how fragile locker room unity can be even among top-tier talent. The complexities of managing diverse personalities, egos, and expectations become magnified in the NFL's relentless spotlight, where every misstep is dissected by analysts and fans alike. The possibility of one player jeopardizing the collective goal serves as a reminder of how critical leadership is not only from coaches, but also from veteran players tasked with setting a positive tone. The coach's words might also be interpreted as a call for accountability, signaling that disruptive behavior, regardless of a player's star status, will not be tolerated. This scenario may catalyze introspection among the team's members, prompting a reassessment of values and priorities as they strive to overcome internal challenges. For the Eagles, whose fans passionately demand excellence, the pressure to resolve such issues swiftly and quietly is immense, as public revelations of discord could weaken the team's image and competitive edge. As the story unfolds, the NFL community remains watchful, keen to see how the Eagles will navigate this delicate predicament. Amid the swirling rumors and intense scrutiny, the potential identity of this contaminating player has become the subject of endless speculation. While Nick Sirianni's statement stopped short of naming names, insiders and commentators have not hesitated to offer their theories. Some point to recent reports of tensions involving star players who have publicly clashed with teammates or exhibited behavior inconsistent with team standards. Others highlight subtle shifts in team chemistry observed during practices or games, suggesting that the source of disruption might be someone whose influence is felt but not overtly visible. The rumor mill churns with names linked to varying degrees of controversy, from attitude concerns to perceived lapses in commitment. This environment of uncertainty places additional pressure on the Eagles roster, as players must navigate the dual challenge of competing at the highest level while managing internal trust issues. For the coaching staff, identifying and addressing the root cause of this contamination is critical to preventing further erosion of morale and maintaining focus on the ultimate goal, winning games. The situation also tests the resilience of the team's leadership, as handling such delicate matters requires a blend of firmness, diplomacy, and strategic vision. As speculation continues to mount, fans and analysts alike remain eager for concrete developments that might shed light on this shadow looming over the Eagles' season. Looking ahead, the potential fallout from Nick Sirianni's revelation about a contaminating influence within the Philadelphia Eagles presents a scenario fraught with uncertainty but also opportunity.